What up, y'all? Welcome to another episode of the Bridge Now. I feel like busting loose. Give me the bridge now. I feel like busting loose now. There's only because in boxing, one punch can change it, no matter who you are, no matter how good you are.
I love her because she from the hood though. From the hood though. She like really from the hood.
Loose make you feel fine. Talking about busting loose.
That's not said Nate will never live that down. No, he won't. But it's not about it's about how he gets up.
They doing that. They doing that Wakanda scene when they was just like,
It's about your heart because you can get knocked down so many times and people can make fun of you, but it's about their resilience.
What up, y'all? Welcome to it.
I feel like
lose. Hey,
give me the bridge. My Ric Flair on,
man. Man, hey, is he saying give me the bridge, y'all? Because for a long time I thought he was saying give me the beach, y'all.
Yeah, give me the bridge. He want to take it to the bridge.
Take it to the bridge. Oh, come on, Ray. Do we have to start this early and pull out the cup? Do you have to?
I mean, it's playoff time, man. It's serious. We focus. We had to go out there and. Oh, Lord.
Go home. What's going on, everybody? Top Master, what's going on?
Hello, what up, Nardo? All more in the house.
Bernard from Ardome. We got
more.
Baltimore. Is that Baltimore? Like Baltimore?
No, that's Ardmore. We PG County. We up there in Glen Reed area, in Largo, Palmer Park.
Kate, shout outs to Katie.
Land over Mall.
Right. Oh man. Hey, we got a great day for you all. Thank you all for joining us. This is Ray and Prince on the Ringside with Ray and Prince. Look, I want to tell you everybody to give me the bridge, y'all. Let's go. We here today. We're gonna talk about message. I got my glasses on. Let's go.
The glasses is on. You know what happened. Glasses
is on. We flowing. We going today. Let's get it. We got the high energy in here today, man. So make sure that y'all subscribe to Ringside with Ray and Prince on YouTube. If you're on Facebook, that's awesome. But make sure that you go and subscribe to our YouTube page so we can get those followers up so we can keep on bringing you more Ringside with Ray and Prince. Ding, ding. Ray, what's going on, man? What we got for the people today?
Man, it's beautiful. We all excited about what's happening here. The brand new year, brand new things that's happening out there. Y'all don't look in my face because I got a little dental thing going on, so I didn't get hit by Javonte Davis, but it's just a little dental surgery. Feeling a little bit like my man.
Like my man.
All good. yeah.
Like my man Hector Garcia that got hit by Tank. Oof, he said I couldn't see. I couldn't see.
Man.
I'm legally blind.
We got the NFL playoffs kicking off coming up, man. We got a bunch of stuff. Boxing is heavy hitting right now.
Yeah.
Everything is in motion. NBA, everything is in motion right now.
Everything is in motion right now. NBA, they're getting ready. The Lakers may go for a drive to be able to get them position themselves to the playoffs. So we're gonna see what that looks like. It's getting closer to the All-Star weekend. Man, the NBA guys are putting up numbers this year. They putting up big numbers. Man,
they out there like baseball. When baseball had those juice baseballs and juice players, when they was just hitting the home runs. NBA out there, they need to start drug testing people a little bit more.
They do, because they're out there busting loose. Give it a bridge out. We got baseball. We're going to update you on what's been going on with the Papi Ortiz situation. If y'all remember, a while back, he got shot, like 6 times, man. And so they said it was a identity. They was mistaken identity. But come on, man, you know who Big Papi is. So what team did he play for? He played for the
He played for the Boston Red Sox.
Played for the Boston Red Sox. So you know the owner
The
of the
legend.
Red Sox, the legend, the owner of the Red Sox basically flew him out, flew him emergency from made somebody take his personal private jet or helicopter to go and get Big Papi, bring him to Boston from some of the best medical care and save his life. Like that's how much they love him. The owner of the Boston Red Sox, man. Think about that, man. So look, we're gonna
y'all remember that whole thing? That was crazy as heck too.
That was the craziest thing, man. Yeah, it was crazy. So it happened in 2019, I think in June, sometime in June. And yeah, man. So we're gonna talk about that. We're gonna touch on that, man. I want to touch on OBJ because the video had surfaced about, you know, they threw him off the plane, man. There was a lot of stuff, but he was real mellow and chill and cool with everything else. So man, like profiling, like what's going on? Even the light-skinned brothers. All right. So anyway, man, we're gonna go into NCAA. We're gonna talk about NCAA. Man, what's going on with all these players collapsing? These players are just collapsing just for no reason. Some are dying, some are not dying. They're just collapsing. So it's this thing called the athlete's heart that I'm not sure if many of you heard of, but I thought it was fake until I went to college and I saw a couple of athletes, you know, my team was just like, I can't breathe, or I got baby lungs, or I got the athlete's heart. And, you know, once you start seeing people fall out, it get crazy. What's going on?
Yeah, I just saw another thing that came up about some high school athletes that were hospitalized for doing push-ups.
Mm. They were doing push-ups.
Yeah. I don't know. The coach is under fire. I guess he was getting push-ups as punishment. And Texas high school football players hospitalized after coach forced them 400 push-ups as punishment.
What? Man, come on now.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm old school. I mean, I still do push-ups, you know. So I don't know. Hey, I don't know. I don't know how to speak on that, what to say about that, but I will say, I mean, it's, you know, these rules.
It's a thin line.
It's a thin line, exactly.
Mm.
So these rules are creating a thin line. So we're gonna see what's gonna break. Wait, but we'll get on that. We'll talk a little more about that. And this happened at the Air Force Academy. The player that collapsed, man, and he passed. So it was a sudden death. So, man, that's crazy. That's crazy to even think that you're just walking somewhere and you know it's your last time being alive. And you just like oh I can't do anything. I can't breathe again. And then you just stop. Boom. That's it, man. Hey, TCU, speaking of dying, I know TCU was they died because Georgia whooped the brakes off of them. I'm like, God, no. Like, Georgia, what it do for you? Like, good googly move.
Man. So that comes back to it, man. We gonna talk about that TCU thing. I sent you the meme with the Family Guy. He was throwing him out the window. He threw the frog out the window. Yeah, I mean, that is just bad for TCU to have that kind of showing. I mean, they were outmanned. Georgia has been the best team all year. They were the best team last year. But for you to get manhandled, spanked like that, like you like at some point you're gonna stop having somebody beat on you. Like, you gotta show some pride. You gotta fight back and fight dirty. I mean, whatever you gotta do. Like, you can't just let somebody just keep kicking you in the face. Going forward on 4th and 5, trying new plays, man. It's embarrassing, man. It's embarrassment. TCU, Texas, you know, y'all need to take the something away from them.
Yeah, so the thing is, I just didn't think that talent-wise, you know, that they were not they were not equally yoked. You know, Georgia just got them big boys and their quarterback like 25 years old. You know, so he old as molasses, you know, playing in college. You know, what they do that at? How many times was he held back? So I'm just talking about man.
Oh, this man collected Social Security playing.
Hey, the dude is 25 years old. He won the championship in college. Hey, I get it. I'm definitely I'm congratulating on Georgia and the win, but the quarterback, he should be highly drafted. He's 25 years old. He should be ready, for the NFL. So
you know what? He was like you'd appreciate it that he was a walk on. Was a walk on and worked his way through and had to go. He left school, went to JUCO, then came back as a walk on again. He was a 2-time walk on at Georgia and earned this spot. Now he's a two-time national championship quarterback.
Whoa, it's a little Baker Mayfield kind of moment, huh?
Don't do that, man, like that.
Hey, I'm just saying, man. Look, man, we got UFC and boxing. Look, Jake Paul, he just signed a multi-million-dollar deal. Dana White slapping people, but he also had a slap league show that was going to be aired on TV.
the irony. Oh, the irony of a slap fight league and you slapping your people. Like not as people slapping your wife. Hold on, I'm going to bring the microphone into this one. Is this thing on? God damn, Dana White, come on, man. You can't be slapping people.
You can't be slapping your wife, your own property, your own. She slapped you, but even if she slapped you, just grab her. Don't grab her like I said the last time. Don't slap her back.
you said tackle. We're not getting into the whole domestic violence.
I know.
On both ways, but I did see a woman hit a man with a bowling ball, and people were cheering it.
Ooh.
They were arguing, and then she hit him with a bowling ball and put him to sleep and stepped over top of him. So we got to make sure that we talk about this.
What is considered domestic violence as well? So because obviously it goes one way but not the other way. So again, that's another subject. Look, we gotta keep going on. We're gonna talk about Tank Davis and Hector Garcia, the NFL, what's happening around the league. Lamar Jackson, y'all already know, baby. Hey, he had his glasses on, so do I. We're gonna get right into it. Ray, let's go ahead and hit these people with these topics, man. Let's go ahead. Let's talk about the NBA first, man. What is going on in the NBA? Let me tell you. Look, do y'all remember Jonathan Isaac? I think everybody do. Jonathan Isaac was the player that played with the Orlando Magic.
He played Florida State.
He played at Florida State too.
I think he came from Florida State. Yeah.
Okay. So he was playing with the Orlando Magic, and during the bubble, he was the only player that did not kneel. I'm not saying that you have to kneel. You don't have to support any of that. But the way that he went about and did it was more, I wouldn't say selfish, but it was a way. It's like, come on, man, like come together with your brothers. This is for police brutality, not for whatever ideal or ideology that they created behind the kneeling. So he didn't do that. He tore his ACL. He tore his ACL big time while he was in the bubble. So just kind of giving you a little background. So now my guy Jonathan Isaac has been assigned to the Lakeland Magic of the NBA G League. Oh my goodness! Like for what? What happened? What's going on with Jonathan Isaac? What's that? What happened to him? Like how did he digress? This is the same guy that said he's not taking. He wasn't taking the shot. He didn't get stabbed. He gave his educated opinion. It sounded amazing. So and it seemed like he was unscathed, and the only person that they held victim to was Kyrie Irving. So let's talk about Jonathan Isaac, man. Like what's going on with him? Is this his corner?
First of all, Jonathan Isaac is not a Kyrie Irving, so it's levels to it because if you're playing, if you have more exposure, they pay more attention. So the big thing, I thought they treated him like Leon Isaac Kennedy from Penitentiary too. Too sweet. They just gotta let him rock and roll. He was out for 2.5 years and finally making his way back into the league. But man, it's funny how the leagues can make a situation where the rules are different for different people, depending upon how much damage you cause to them.
Ooh.
Right. So if you're gonna make it difficult for us, we're gonna make it difficult for you.
Ooh.
So
hey, ask you Ime Udoka, what's going on, Jay Cooley? Yeah.
Oh man. Like you got to know who to mess with. right? Who the best with? And who the I'm gonna get myself in trouble today. Oh man.
Reconsider. Yeah, man. So
Yeah.
it's a lot. It's a lot that's going on with Jonathan Isaac. You know, we pray that all is well with him, and they want him to rebuild himself with the Lakeland Magics. You know, so that's their G League. That's the NBA's G League for the Orlando Magic. So we'll see if he can get back in the league. You know, knowing him, he'll say that this is the blessing from the omnipotent one from God, and he's gonna keep his faith strong. So we're gonna see, how strong he can be with his faith, Jonathan Isaac. But get well soon. Do well in the NBA G League, and get back in the NBA. Hey man, speaking of getting back in the NBA, look, Donovan Mitchell said, "I'm taking over this year." Because he was putting up some big numbers this year. Look, they compare him to Kobe, the numbers that he's putting up this year, and he's putting up around the same numbers that Kobe has been putting up, and no one has been talking about him. There are so many guys right now that are in the MVP list for the running. Who's going to be the most valuable player this year? You got LeBron James, you got Giannis, you got Djokovic, and you got what's the guy from the Mavericks? That just
Luka Doncic.
Yeah, Luka. There you go. You got Luka. You got Luka as well.
Yeah, no. Giannis is out of it. He scored 7 points the other night. So you can't be the GOAT and score 7 points, man. I mean, they still won, but man, Giannis, you out of it.
You that big and you score 7 points? Come on, man. What's going on?
Yeah, I don't know what's going on, but but Donovan Spider Mitchell, he put up the highest scoring game in the NBA. Man scored 71 points, 11 assists. I think he had. I mean, it was insane, but it was the same night that happened that DeMar Hamlin got hurt. So like you couldn't get any kind of research or anything good for that, any kind of publicity, because there was a bigger issue that was going on. But that man, he deserves his flowers for that. Jeez.
Donovan Mitchell, keep balling, man. Stay in the zone, baby. You already know what I'm on. Mindfulness for the ultimate athlete, man. Stay in the zone, baby. Plug.
In the zone.
Stuck in the zone. Look, LA Clippers. The other day, Kevin, he texted us and said that LA Clippers is his pick. I guess because he just went off of being a fair weather fan, and they just dominated the Mavericks. They did. I'm not gonna even fib to you, but the LA Clippers dominated the Mavericks. Are they just warming up? What are your thoughts, man? What do you think? They're gonna make it to the playoffs? They're gonna win? They're gonna do their thing?
Oh, I forgot there was another team in LA. Well, these Clippers. This man said Clippers gonna win the whole league. But he said they're gonna win. I'm like, really? Have you seen what they were putting up? They might get hot, for a little bit, but they are trash. I don't see the Clippers. They doing much of anything.
They're gonna get
like in the West, they're gonna get clipped, man. The Lakers are playing much better.
Most definitely.
Once they get tissue paper back, I don't know what that I think they're gonna make a couple trades coming towards the trade deadline. Deal is placed, the Clippers, man. I just don't see it. Don't see it. They can't have. Remember it. Write it down. I was
like, he said, "Remember, write it down."
I'm telling you though. I mean, Leonard, Kawhi Leonard can't be there doing what he's supposed to do, man. It's just. I don't see anything for the Clippers happening. I think they was gonna fall into the abyss. They had one good game against the Mavericks, and they gonna just do what the Clippers do.
Yeah. The Clippers
putting no banners up.
Right. So this is what happens with the Clippers. The Clippers going to run. They get Kawhi back, and then all of a sudden Kawhi gets injured. They stop going on the run. They go for a walk. And it just that's the cycle. That's the cycle. So hopefully he can stay healthy. If he stays healthy, then they may have a run. But you got to remember, LeBron James. I'm not saying he's the king, but the West. Just looking at the West, LeBron is the king, but not on the West. Because
it's somebody gonna deal with Ja Morant.
Oh, man.
Somebody gonna have to deal with that man. You see his dunk last night?
No, I did not.
This man, he just
fine.
He just went straight up and came down in the middle of the paint and one-handed on a dude that decided to jump.
That decided to jump. Like, you know what? I think I should. Yeah. Oh, man. I shouldn't have did that. Man. No, I didn't get a chance to see it, but I definitely want to check it out. I'm going to make sure that I go and check it out. So who do you think is the MVP? Who's going to be the MVP this year? Because they got John Morant in that list as well, in that running.
Yeah, I mean, I'd love to hear your take, but I'm my thought process is LeBron is putting up MVP numbers. And the space that he's playing in, without him, the team is just nothing. And so when you talk about who's the most valuable player, is it who's scoring the most points, who's putting up the most numbers, or is it who's most valuable to your team? But I think you can't replace LeBron. Some of these cats you can't replace, and the team will still do okay. Not as good as they will, but Luka Doncic is putting up numbers. You got my man out there. Who else? Like you said, John Morant is putting up a hell of a season. Jokic is doing what he's doing. The Joker.
Yeah, the Joker. Oof. That boy right there, he just in the paint.
But you can't say nothing to me about being the MVP and LeBron James being 38 years old. And if you took him off the Lakers, what would happen? Epic fail.
They would be the fakers.
Oh my gosh, fakers already.
The fakers. So yeah, man. So this MVP. Oh yeah, they got Embiid. They got Joel Embiid. They got Jason Tatum. Who else do they have? They got Kevin Durant and Ja Morant. So these fellas are doing some incredible things, man. That field goal percentage is like bomb. Whoa, good move.
I didn't know. Ain't nobody playing on defense. What kind of defense they playing, Prince?
Yeah, no. This is the whole new league, man. No one plays defense anymore. It's just like, man, just give me the ball, bro. I'm gonna go ahead and dunk it or shoot a three. You already know what it is.
Look like an all-star game.
That's it, man. You gotta remember, man. These guys, defense sound boring. Man. Give me the ball. Like James Harden changed the game, man. As many people want to be mad at James Harden, he changed the game. He changed the game. Why? Because all he did was focus on offense, and then everyone saw how they started falling in love with him because he was the scorer of the NBA at the time. Man, he was hot. That step back, left hand three, bam. He was putting up numbers, man. So that just changed the game because it's like, what are you doing playing defense? They should get rid of Defensive Player of the Year. Why? Why? Because man, when a team is putting up 130 something points, 150 points, 170 points, what is going on? Is anybody playing defense? No. The games that I've seen where people are playing defense, the score is under 100 points. That's all I gotta say. And I ain't even mad.
Yeah. Dennis Rodman is rolling over in this pink water bed right now, thinking about this. about the defenses being played.
Ray. Like, what you say, Dennis? Yeah, these boys ain't even playing no more. But hey, shout out to Dennis Rodman because I love Dennis, man. I always love Dennis. I'm still love Dennis. Dennis do the stuff that other people don't do. He go to China or he go to North Korea and and friends with the leader over there. Like, I ain't mad at him.
Well, all the dictators. He out there partying with Kim Jong-un. He said, send me to Russia. I'll go ahead and negotiate that too. Hey, if he can.
Hey, Dennis Cannon, I ain't mad at him, man. Look, man. All right, man. What we got? Kyrie got his new shoes. It looks like he's signing the deal if he hasn't already solidified the deal. But if I'm not mistaken, I did see something that they already signed the deal. They didn't disclose any of the information, but he's signing the deal with a company called SIA, SIA Shoes, and it's black-owned shoe company. The brother is doing good. He has some really nice technology for the shoes. I think he's going to have Kyrie laced up. I saw that they had on there, Kyrie wrote, "I am free." You know, so he's going to be able to own his own shoe and be able to distribute that. So the SIA company will be the distributors, but Kyrie having a percentage in his own shoe. Oh man, this is a game changer. I think a lot of other players are going to follow suit, and people are going to start slowly transitioning from Nike. You know, so I just want to see how this plays out. But I think I'm gonna cop the shoes, man, because they look good and they glow in the dark. Shoes that glow in the dark, they still good, man. Look, man, I want some. That's all I got to say.
I'm gonna support it. I'm gonna support the movement. So, like, I'm all for ownership. I'm all for people being able to, you leverage their celebrity and everything else, especially when these big companies that pay them this money say they don't want them. It's like, okay, let me show you this. And the classic example is Stephon Marbury. Stephon Marbury with Starbury shoes and went over to China, created his own brand, his own thing, and turned it into something because he understands the value of his brand and understood how to leverage it to a larger global market.
Yes.
So learn how to do that. When you learn how to leverage yourself to a global market and understand the power of your brand, you don't have to be I guess, what's the word that starts with an S, L, and ends with E, to any of these brands that don't respect you or think because you have one, comment that they may not have fully agreed with, but because you can explain it then the way you want to explain it, then he has to kowtow down. But apparently, you seeing like you said, Dr. Dre selling his publishing for $200 million.
Yeah, you heard about Dr. Dre, huh?
I think that's undervalued. That man catalog should be worth
billions.
Michael Jackson level.
Exactly, man. Exactly.
But I'm not crying at $200
million. Man, speaking of $200 million, I want to go into baseball because I want to talk about my man David Ortiz, man. let me give you all the backstory. Side note: Dr. Dre is selling his publishing for over $200 million. I got 50, which I don't have on it. 50 what?
Yeah, I can't do it.
50 cent? Yeah, neither am I. But yeah, it definitely should be over 200 million. It definitely should be almost like at least $5 to $6 billion. Man, that dude, he's doing some incredible things. And I'm starting to see that more and more artists and producers are selling their catalog, to get the money in return and to do their thing. So hey, I understand. Go get them dollar bills, y'all. Look, if you have an asset, leverage it. Collateral, baby. Boom, get your money. Look, next person I want to talk about, man. I want to go back to baseball, man. Poppy Ortiz, the court in the Dominican Republic, 10 people have convicted 10 people for attempting to murder David Ortiz. According to Dominican Republic, on Monday, convicted 10 of the 13 people accused of attempting to murder baseball player David Ortiz, Big Poppy, and Santo Domingo in June 2019. So the shooter who was accused of shooting Ortiz, him and somebody else were sentenced to 30 years each in prison, the longest sentence among the defendants. So 8 of the defendants, right? Somebody that that's this is what, 3 years later? 3 years later.
Almost 6 years later, right? No, 5 years later.
5 years later.
So
wow.
Yeah, so 5 years later, like, and you looking at what's happened down there. 4 years later. But you know what's happening down there. And no, when that situation came up, that was insane, man. To just sit there and see like the chaos and see the setup. Just shot that man, and you know he was in a fraction of his life, you know, and you know he's in his home country,
right?
They're supporting his home country, bringing dollars back to them, and then you know somebody try to take them down, man. You got to watch your back. You got to watch me. They can nab it.
Ooh, man, they said OG spent 6 weeks in the hospital in Boston after the shooting. He underwent 2 surgeries. So this was a lot, man. This is a lot. He's a 10-time All-Star. He helped the Red Sox end that 86-year championship drought in 2004. He batted .688 against the St. Louis Cardinals 2013 en route to being named the World Series MVP. He retired after 2016 with 541 career home runs. And the team has since then retired his uniform, number 34. He was
hold up, Brett. Did I read this right? That the alleged mastermind of the attack was acquitted due to insufficient evidence.
Oh man, I didn't even see that. I guess.
Yeah, that's what I'm seeing. It's like you know the guy who pulled the trigger got 30 years, and the other dude that was he got 30 years that was part of the attack. But the guy that set it up, he got acquitted.
Oh my goodness, I didn't even know that. Yes, Hey, there's a lot of stuff that I see a lot of people get acquitted from, and I'm not gonna go into it because there's a situation that just happened in Houston, Texas, with somebody that with amigos. But yeah, so there's a lot of other things that's going on. So a lot of people get acquitted. You know, they can be the mastermind behind something, but the person that pulls the trigger is the one that gets in trouble. So I'll leave it at that. I'm not going to speak on it anymore, man. But shout out to Big Papi that he's still here. Good that this case is happening. So the Dominican authorities said that the full sentence will be read on February 8th, 2023. So this year. So and that's good that he's getting justice. So we'll go from there. What would man Kev say? Same thing that's probably going to happen with Trump with January 6th. Maybe so. It's a bit different. It's a bit different. But I think he's gonna get off. So yeah. So there we go. Look, man, jumping in and speaking of getting off. Well, pause. Let me say get off. But speaking of that, let me just go ahead and just jump right into this NCAA. What is going on with all of these players, man, just dropping to the ground, hitting the ground? What's going on? Look, Air Force Academy football player dies after collapsing while walking to class. They said that the cadet suddenly died on Monday after he collapsed while walking to class. He was cadet 3rd class Hunter Brown, 21. He was 21 years old, walking to class from the dorm when he experienced a medical emergency. The Air Force said that in a statement, Monday was the first day of class following the winter break. First responders performed life-saving measures, but Brown ultimately passed away. They have not determined the cause of death. Air Force Academy said the Air Force Office of Special Investigation in El Paso County Sheriff's Office are investigating Brown's tragic death. Man, that's looking bad. I don't know what's going on with all these players that are collapsing, man, but whatever is going on, we need to check it out, man. It's the stuff that we put into our bodies and the food and everything else. So just keep that in mind, y'all. Man, be mindful what you put into your body.
Yeah. And then it was a player from Old Dominion that collapsed about a week ago.
Old Dominion and what was that? Old Dominion? Was it Old Dominion in Georgetown or Georgia Tech? I think it was Georgia Tech.
Yeah, in Virginia basketball. Yeah. Yeah, and it's kind of scary. I mean, I know that the process is that when they first come in, they want to make sure that they have the physicals and up to date. I don't know what the continued health protocols are as these kids go past, come back to school or going to back into practices again. So it's scary to think about it and see what's happening. I know that this is not the first time, won't be the last time, unfortunately. But there's a lot stuff that's been happening that's just weird. When you talk about the health of athletes and players, and especially when you talk about what happened with DeMar Hamlin too. I mean, that was a freak contact accident. But I think there needs to be more attention paid to what's being put into to the system, to the bodies, and to the air, and how the medical field is paying attention to this stuff.
Right. I mean, they need to actually specialize and pay more attention to the heart, man, because that's what is being affected by all of this. Look, like the brain can go dead and the heart can still beat and you're still alive. But when the heart goes dead, you're dead. So we need to be paying more attention to that, man. And DeMar may try to come back and play again. Look, I'm not going to speak on how any man eats, but this is, I know you got to get it out of your system, but this is not the only way. This is not the only way, I'm not going to say I don't hope it's not the case. I'm just going to say stay healthy, be safe. That's it. That's my advice that I would give to DeMar, man, if he's looking to come back. But I hope don't look for him to come back.
Yeah. The players want to play. They want to. They're not going to think about their overall health. That's how we're conditioned to to say, hey, we can fight through anything, and that's kind of what makes you tough.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, after going through something like that, it's really scary to see. I mean, I think from all the donations and things that he got for his charity, for what he's putting together, he could just turn that into something bigger and follow what he's doing. But if the man is still wants to prove to himself that didn't stop him, he knows the risk, with coming back or something like that. So I hope and pray that it's something that he's really thinking about, and also taking and meditating on, and taking the time to make the right decision for him and his family.
Yeah, this is a good question. Tom Master asked, can he pass the physical to try to come back? To be completely honest, I don't think any team will take that risk. I'll just leave it at that. I don't think any team will take that risk. What do you think, Ray?
I think Buffalo will bring him back and let him play if he wants to play. I'm sure they'll put him through a battery test and make him sign all kinds of waivers and things like that. But it's good publicity. It's good TV, good marketing for them if he comes back and is back on the field, especially if they go through the process and play to get to the Super Bowl like they can. I think they'll make that into a martyr situation.
Oh my Lord Jesus! Someone said he could pass the physical. I think getting him insurance is going to be the hurdle. Yeah, that's true. But again, nobody wants to put insurance on their product that just showed default. And I feel that the NFL has had a track record this year of putting injured players back on the field and they get re-injured, right? And oh man, I know that's a hard call because people want to play, people want to do what they do, they want to contribute. Shoot, I was one of those players like that. But when you hurt yourself, hey, you got to listen to the call, man. You can't just jump back up, and expect the miracle to happen. But I'm not here to instill no type of fear in anybody, but I just want to say, man, take care of yourself. You are the most important thing. Without you, nothing can work. So take care of you. That's my take on it, man. Yeah, but I mean, passing the physical, they might hook him up to a lot of things. EKG, they might say it was just a freak accident, never happened before, but but look at hey, there we go, Keith, man. Keith, appreciate you, man.
It's a good call.
Prime example of those re-injured, man. I'm telling you, and then they were talking about he hasn't passed his concussion protocol as if he's gonna play for the playoffs. I'm like, don't do it, Dolphins. Don't do it.
This man been going back and forth through concussion protocol since that first big major hit on him, and they keep saying You know, it wasn't concussion the first time, but then they came back and said it was. So you see the long-term effects of that, man. It's terrible. Yeah, let's gotta move.
We gotta move. He was throwing up gang signs. He not even in no game. Look, man,
Hmm.
TCU and Georgia. I don't know if y'all had a chance to watch that game, man, but wow. Good googly move. Hey, I just want to say this. Mattress Mac. I don't know if anybody know Mattress Mac, but he has his famous commercial. He's in Houston, Texas. He has a company where he sells furniture. Everybody knows who Mattress Mac is if you're in Texas, man. Mattress Mac, his slogan, his famous slogan is "We'll save you money." And so he dropped. I heard one report say he dropped 1.5 million, and then another one said he dropped 3 million on TCU against Georgia.
Well, he just won. He won that big bet. He won 75 million on the Houston Astros or something.
Yes, the Astros.
So I mean that was a drop in the bucket for him to be betting on that. But man, I would ask the team to pay him an NIL and get my money back. Because they went out there and played like we ain't even trying to win for Mattress Mac, man. We just out here just showing up. We gonna let Georgia out here beat us like we was Kobe from Kunta Kinte without running or fighting back at all.
Ooh, gotta have some pride about yourself. You just can't get spanked like that, man. You know, I'm a grown man. I put my pants on just like you. Yeah, he lost.
Yeah, that was embarrassing. That was an embarrassing game.
He said we'll save you money, but he lost his money after the first quarter. Woo! Yeah, saw a video. He tried to remain as calm as possible, drinking a bottle of water, and rubbing his head. You know, like, man, we shouldn't have put ourselves in this predicament, man. So I already know how I feel, man. Got that pit feeling in his stomach. Like, God, no.
Terrible,
man. So, hey, for all y'all out there, like, you should have known. The proof was in the pudding. We already knew Georgia was going to outpower TCU. You know, TCU just happened to beat Michigan. It was a lucky day. But Georgia, they got some big boys over there, man. And so, yeah. So, that's it, man. Matches Matt. Hopefully you can get your money back, you know. Hit the road, Jack, and don't you come back no more. Speaking of coming back no more, Dana White over here Dana White will slap a bit, you know. Dana White slapped he got slapped real quick. I mean, no, he slapped his wife, as we all know. The slap fight, the league show on TBS. He had it. He was going to do a show on TBS, and then all of a sudden it got canceled. So TBS pulled it because of what happened. So go figure. That's all I'm gonna leave that, man. I ain't gonna go real too much into details, but yes, he had a slap fight league about the debut, but TBS had to pull it. So
that is ironic, man. You say he had a slap fighting league and then got to a slap fight with his wife. I mean, that's good. That's good promo if you want to do that. I mean, they talk about slap fighting. His wife came with a nice little right though. She slapped him with all the vigor. That was a tequila shot slap. I know she was on that tequila for sure with that one.
Definitely was. Right. Hey,
yeah.
Hey man, Dana White gave his he gave his wife a Wayne Brady. Do I have to slap it?
He gave us a stimmy pep. You don't want any kind of domestic violence stuff going on. Don't do it, Daniel. Don't do it.
Yeah, I don't understand how he's scared and he's getting off with that, man. But speaking of getting off with that, man, look, the playoffs are here. I want to jump into it because I know we got to close it down in just a bit, man. We got Lamar Jackson. What's happening around the league? Lamar Jackson not at the Ravens Wednesday practice. Whoa, what is going on? This is the playoffs. They're in the playoffs. You know, Coach John Harbaugh, he looking frustrated on television. You can't deny it. What's going on in Baltimore? As you mentioned, LeBron James is the most valuable player for the Lakers. As I'm going to mention, Lamar Jackson is the most valuable player for the Baltimore Ravens, man. He needs to be out there for them to win this playoffs. And and go, but it looks like they might just get beat by the Bengals. What's your take on that, real quick, before we go into these quick picks?
Man, get that man his money. Get that man
Yeah,
his
get
money. You know, he not gonna keep going out there and with a chance of getting injured, especially now towards the end of this year in this contract. You better pay that man.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
you gonna see how valuable he is, because the Ravens have been tanking ever since he's gone out. You know, all these different quarterbacks they keep trying in, and they say, "Oh, you black, you can run. We can put you in there." Not the same. Not the same.
Not the same at all, man. So, man, let's go into these picks real quick, man. We got the NFL card round. We got the first round of the playoffs this week, man. So, what are you thinking? What's going to happen? Our first game, we got the Seahawks versus the 49ers. Ooh, that's going to be a good game. I'm going to go with the 49ers.
Seahawks, 49ers. Yeah, I'm going with 49ers. They're 10-point favorite. I think the Seahawks are frauds. The 49ers are winners of 10 straight, so I think they can make it 11.
Yeah, we both going with the 49ers. I want to know who Kevin picking, because I already know he putting up there. Somebody said Frisco. Yep. 49ers. Yeah, look, Kevin gonna say 49ers. Coming right after 49ers. All right, who we got next, man? We got the Chargers versus
Chargers
the
and Jaguars. That's gonna be a good one. You know, that's two young quarterbacks that can sling that thing around. Similar teams. I think the Chargers are going to win just because of their that they've played, you know, in this space, and because of their their age and maturity. I think the Chargers win.
Yeah, me too as well, man. You got the veteran wide receivers, and they got a cool offense with a young quarterback. You know, that has ambition. I think the Chargers are going to pull this one off. The Jaguars are still learning. I think next year they'll get back there and they'll do their thing, man. So I'm going with the Chargers on this one. What we got next? We got the Dolphins and the Bills. You know,
Bills team playing the Dolphins. They just went down the drain. I don't know. They barely got into the playoffs. So Bills.
Yeah. Look, the Dolphins head coach, Mr. Mike McDaniel, he ruled out Tua for Sunday's game versus Buffalo. He's still not clear for concussion protocol. So it looks like they're preparing the rookie quarterback, Skylar Thompson, to start at Buffalo. So if you don't know anything about the playoffs, understand the playoffs is not the same as the regular season. So this stuff is going to speed up real quick. So I'm going with the Bills on this one. They're going to spank that thing. You know, we got Giants and the Vikings next. Ooh, that's going to be a good one too.
Yeah. You know, I mean, I'm everything saying take the Vikings. I mean, 13-4 Vikings. Take the Vikings. But for some reason, I think the Giants are gonna come out and shock the Vikings. And so I'm picking the underdog Giants on this one.
Wow, I wasn't expecting that, man. I wasn't expecting that. Okay. All right. Well, shoot, I'm gonna go with the Vikings on this one. I'm going with the Vikings.
Y'all take the easy way out.
Hey, no. Oh, I didn't even see them. I didn't even see them. No, I'm going with the Vikings on this one. I think the Vikings gonna win, man. It just seemed like a solid team that can pull it out. And I think New York, you know, they're still struggling, even though they made it this far. So I think I'm gonna go with the Vikings on this one. Saturday night football. Is it Sunday night football?
Ravens and Bengals. Joe Burrow and the boys, they don't come out and do what they do. The Ravens just don't have enough. They don't have Lamar Jackson playing. You know, they can't offset that offense. So I gotta go with the Bengals.
They just paid the inside linebacker $100 million for 5 years. Like, what are you doing? Like, give Lamar Jackson his money. Why aren't y'all doing that? Like he should be on the sideline at a night game with his glasses on. That's all I'm gonna say. That's all I'm gonna say. But yeah, look, everybody's saying going with the Bengals. Sorry, Prince. Nah, don't be sorry. You right. You know, so I'm gonna go with the Bengals too. So you know, I love my Ravens, man, but I'm going with the Bengals on this one, man. Like the Ravens don't have what they need. They're MVP. Next one, Cowboys and the Bucks.
I'm happy we lost to the Commanders. I'm happy we lost to the Commanders in that way the last game. It puts us in a place where we gonna go play ball. You know, we already gotta get in there and go attack Tom Brady. Tom Brady is 7-0 against the Cowboys. This is the time they go down. You know, they already talking a little noise. Mike Evans talking about, yeah, we just take it simple. So we gonna see how the simple thing is, because Michael Carson said he gonna cause hell and havoc. So it's
We
Cowboy
gonna
time.
see. Yeah, I think the Cowboys are going to win. The Bucks, not sorry, Ray, laugh out loud. No, but I think the Cowboys win. The Bucks, you know, they need another year, or Tom Brady has to go to another team because it's not working there. You know, he went through a lot of changes this year. I know he's focused, but the Tampa Bay, they don't have it all, and the way that they started off, Tom wasn't there, so they didn't really build that chemistry this year. So I felt like that hurt them on the back end. So I'm gonna go with the Cowboys on this one. I think the Cowboys have all their equipment, and you know, the arsenal. We lose a game and win at least 2 straight. That was our pattern this year. Cowboys. Hold on. So you with the Cowboys now? Tom Master.
Tom Master been a Cowboy. He been a Cowboy.
I didn't even know, man. Look, man, we're gonna close that out today, man. So any words of wisdom, Ray?
Yeah, always bet on the Cowboys against right now. So that's a word of wisdom right there. Just make sure you do that. And yeah, that's it. That's the word of wisdom.
Look, I want to say real quick, man. This is my shirt. It's prototype, and it's called the Healing Shirt. And so basically, my slogan is: "Words are powerful, but the right words are impactful. Wear them." So at some point in time, I'll let you know when this comes out. But man, keep that in mind. Words are powerful, but the right words are impactful. They can either build you up or break you down. So use the right words. Be mindful of the words that you use around your loved ones, and remember to keep loving yourself and talk great to yourself. Because if you don't do it, nobody else will. So that's my take on that, man. Thank you, everybody. Thank y'all. We appreciate y'all. Stop the violence to kids shot in DC. Yes, man. We gotta definitely highlight that. Except for last week. Except for last week.
You know what? I gotta go to my next meeting, and I can't let your words hurt me.
Hey y'all have a good one. Words of wisdom. Dak, don't throw your team out. Easy win.
Yeah, man. Bye. I'm out of here. Peace.
Peace. Right. Peace. Ringside. That's too cool. Y'all cold.